Hey, how's it going, everybody? Gabriel, Santiago here. So this is the Speaking of Harmony podcast, and this is episode 36. All right, before we go into today's subject, which is going to be about a question I was asked the other day, which is a nice subject for talking about and discussing here on this podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the little bell, turn on notifications. This is all my social media stuff. Don't forget also to hit the like button. It really helps in the video, and also don't forget to sign the mailing list. The info is here in the description of the video down below. All right, so I guess the question of the day is, do you use a capo on your guitar? If you do or you don't, should you use a capo or not? I guess that's the question of the day, for this podcast. The answer is it depends. It depends, or the answer could be yes and no, all at the same time. It's just one more thing they can have to add to your guitar, to add color, to add to keep a certain arrangement a certain way. There's not really a recipe or a position, like you shouldn't use a capo or you have to use a capo, whatever. It just depends on the situation. And funny enough, I was actually looking for a capo here to show you some examples of stuff, and I just found out I don't have one. I don't actually own a capo at the moment. I had many throughout the years, but now the apartment I looked and I just couldn't find a capo. This is just to tell you how much I don't use a capo. So I guess I'm in the side of like, I don't use a capo because I really don't. But I can see the value of using a capo in certain scenarios. Let's say, for instance, you do like a sequence, like a very kind of folk guitar kind of like very sound like that language. If you get a steel string guitar, you do something like that, right? Right, those added 9 chords, they sound so nice, especially on the steel string. Sounds beautiful, right? But let's say that you're a singer and you compose the song, right? And let's say you happen to be a man who composed the song, but then you got this opportunity and you got this great singer, this female singer, to sing and record your song, right? So she has to sing in a different key because happened that your key is not going to fit her key. And then let's say you want to preserve aspects of that arrangement, right? Some kind of riff you did on the guitar or something like that. Then you can use a capo, right? Let's say that her key would be E major, right? In this case, you would put a capo here, right? And then she would play something like this, right? This would be kind of a capo, right? So right? I couldn't do exactly the same riff because I don't actually have a capo. I'm just kind of trying to fake it right now. But you see the point? I could preserve the same riffs and the exact same shapes, and I just kind of transpose it up on the fingerboard, and I can play this, even the same shapes of this. I can play it here if I had a capo, right? I could do this, the C shape and the G shape, right? I could play those here, and the capo would be kind of supporting that here, so I could have the exact same shape in a different key, like for the female singer, a song that is suitable for her voice, rather than let's say the original composer was a male and would sing in C, right? Whatever kind of example like that. That is a valuable scenario for a capo, in my opinion, right? I'm now taking the other side of the road. I like to explore and I like to experiment, and I like a good challenge. So I don't use a capo because it would prevent me to explore possibilities within that new key that I was going to play, right? For instance, I'm going to use the same example here, right? The same sequence, right? Right? It's like, wow, man, if I had to play this in E major, I would lose all this great stuff, like these riffs, like this stuff that I talk about, this little grace note stuff and all this folk quality. And I'd say, well, you probably would, but you also gain a lot of other stuff because you're in a new key, you have new possibilities. Even on open strings, I'm going to show you. Let's say instead of playing something like this, like E, right? Right? That would be the capo kind of solution. Well, if I don't have a capo, I could gain so much more stuff as well on a new key. For instance, I'm E now, E and B. Well, how about if I do this? If let's say my melody is, you know, right, for an example. So to do that with the capo, easy peasy, right? So we do right, we just play that. But if I'm playing here with no capo, how about if I could do this stuff here? Let's say see? See how much different it sounds already, and you know, I just didn't need a capo. I played the same idea in E, but I brought over that idea to the key of E, to a real key of E. I'm just having, you know, like so much fun now playing the same thing, like. So I can do. All kinds of stuff, right? So I can do the same idea but within E, but I'm not like chained into this capo that I have to play the exact same thing. So I can, like, you know, just free myself, you know, free even in that same kind of region. I can do that, you know. I'm just, ooh, man, my mind is just free. I just kind of went to places, all kinds of different stuff, and still retain that theme, So I'm saying, I guess my argument, like, for not using the capo is to just a freedom element and a curiosity for exploration. You know, that's kind of my point here. You know, of course, if you have to use the capo, that specific thing, use it. Just bar the thing here and boom, use it, the same shape. But if you don't use it, you're gonna get so much more richness out of your guitar. And the process of finding stuff, it's great. The process of exploring, the process of finding things, you prevent that if you just use the capo and play the same shape, you know? Let me give you another example, like a random example of playing some idea that is great in one key, but by playing in different keys, I couldn't exactly play the same idea, but I would get also some other cool stuff, right? So let's say something similar to what I played before in the intro. I just kind of improvise something. Let's say I play something like right? It's basic idea. G major at the ninth, D over F sharp, E minor, that is a ninth here. Could be E minor over D, a passing chord, or D with, you know, at the fourth, whatever. There'll be C major at a ninth, G major 7 over B, right? I'm on my low B here. So very simple idea, very simple melody. if I put a capo, right, I can just play the same stuff. Boom, just put a capo and play it. But how about if I'm playing like a weird key in which the capo is gonna be super high in an instrument, let's say I just run an E flat key, right? So I'm here, I have to play E flat. So I'm gonna put a capo here and play here, right? I guess I could. I'm gonna play like, simulating the capo, right? Something like that, right? It's high in the instrument, and I'm like giving up so much, if you will, to play that same shape. I guess that's my point, right? So let's try to play that in E flat now and just kind of be free, just trying to explore a different path of the same idea without the ties, the chains, I would say, of the capo, right? Let's say E flat, right? So the theme will be something like that. Beautiful stuff already. So look at what I did. Already open string. So I don't miss the open strings of G. It's great, but I found one here. I kept that G. I added this G here. Little nice color to this chord, right? Open all the way. Beautiful inner voice. Hashtag voice leading, right? Beautiful voice leading. You see this voice? Ooh, beautiful voice leading. Beautiful voice leading. Just this inner voice that just showed up because I took a chance, man. Like, I wasn't like tied to this damn like capo. That's my point. Like, look at the beautiful stuff you can do. The same idea. It just doesn't like negate the other idea. The other idea is great. It's open strings, G majors. It's just, you can't go wrong with that. But don't like hold yourself back because you need a capo. No. Just like, See? Woo, beautiful texture already, right? Let's try another one. All right, let's do like a different key also, like another weird key from G. I don't know, let's say, let's try B, right? You can put the damn capo here, and do, and then we right, whatever, right? The key here, the capo. Let's try to do that without the chains of the key. Just find stuff. Let's say, I already find the same type of added ninth chord here. Beautiful in B, my guitar. Woo! So let's try. So. Of open strings also, man, and that's B major, and like, oh, it's a weird key. No, it's not. Look how many open strings I found. See, another top voice. We talk about this. Melody in the middle, voice on top. This common voice on top of the melody. Beautiful. Woo, nice. Oh, and then like I almost did some here, but I just wanted to play the same kind of idea, but using the same idea on a different key without the ties and the chains of a capo allows you to open up to different arrangement, different harmonic outcomes that you wouldn't be expecting. For instance, I felt like using this one, but I wanted to just kind of like pass through and do the same way. But how about when this thing occurred to me, I use it a lot, and on episodes of the podcast I talk about that too. So how about this one? How about that? Remember the exercise from an episode before? I'm gonna link that in the card here. Go check out right now. Man, this is just so juicy. Like suddenly E flat gave me all this cool stuff, and now B major gave me more cool stuff. Even this cooler. See, you got the point, right? I'm not saying, well, never use a capo. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the capo, I guess the right way to say it is that for me personally, the capo is never the first option. Never. It's always the last resort where I am literally transposing something extremely perfectly into a different key for the idiom of whatever that is that I'm playing. Let's say an example I gave in the beginning where the singer needed a new version and the other person who is singing has a totally different key, but wants to preserve that same kind of riffs, whatever. So you put a capo, that's it, right? You play. As a creator, as a creative person that I'm sure you guys are as well, you shouldn't be limited to that. That's a last resort. You try it, great, right? But you see how much richness I can get and just spans to so many other ideas just because I changed the key and explore different ideas within the new keys, right? I guess that's the message I would like to send today. Don't be limited. Just be mind-free and explore, because you gotta be curious. You see, I was just excited playing different key now because I could play that chord, I could play this thing, I could do this voice leading, I could do all this stuff, right? So I guess that's the point I wanted to make today, right? Enjoy the freedom of not using the capo. I guess that's the point, right? So before I go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the little bell thing notification. This is all my social media stuff. And don't forget to sign up for the mailing list. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much.